Okay everybody, so in this video I'm going to show you how to do some transitions between clips, how to add transitions to LightWorks. I have 3 clips here, a praying mantis on a log, the ocean, and a praying mantis eating a beetle. So I'm going to get right to this. If you simply position the playhead in between the 2 clips and you right click and you go to transitions, you can see here you have some options. You have the type of transition you can add, you have the length, which is in frames. If I put this at 18 frames, that would be a very quick transition. And I always choose center here. So I will add a dissolve. And now I have a dissolve between these 2 clips. And that's a rather quick dissolve. If I actually click to the side of the transition, I can actually edit the length of this with the J, K, and L keys, just like you can with a regular clip. See, now this transition is now longer. And if I hit tab to tab out of this, it'll be a very slow transition. And if I click setting, well, let's do this after real quick. I'm going to click on this side of the transition. I'm going to try to extend the length of this. So now I just have a very, very long, slow transition right there. And I, of course, can make it shorter as well by hitting L instead of J. Now this is a very quick transition. Now I do just want to show one thing. It's something that people tend to have issues with. By the way, what I just did is I just right clicked and hit remove, and I removed the transition. So it's as simple as that. But something I want to show, let's see how long this clip is here. Let's see. So I just reached the end of this clip, okay? I cannot extend it anymore. I'm at the end of the clip. So I'm just going to go in a few frames, and I'll just, cut it to here. I'm going to put this back here. I'm going to go to add a transition. Right click. I'm going to make the length very long. I'm going to make it 48 frames, and I'll add a dissolve. And I'm going to get an error message. There isn't enough overlapping media to create a 48 frame transition at this cut point. Well, what this is telling you, so let me actually tab out of this and let me get rid of this transition. Okay, so what this is telling you, in order to do a 48 frame transition, you need at least 48 frames at the beginning of the clip. Because the transition needs to go into the clip a bit. So if I'm at the end of the clip and I want to do a 48 frame transition, I need to count 24 frames into this clip, which is the halfway point. So that way each clip will have 24 frames to work with. This clip has 24 frames at the beginning, and this clip will have 24 frames at the end of the clip to work with. So I'm going to count 24 frames in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now if I cut it right here, this should now have enough footage to work with to add a 48 frame transition, and it does. So now you can see there it is. Of course I accidentally deleted the audio, which is just fine. So you can also right click on the transition and you can do replace with another type of transition. I will do a squeeze transition, and it's going to throw me into the VFX tab because a squeeze is considered an effect instead of just a transition. So if I just play this, you see that's what a squeeze is. It kind of squeezes it out, and I have these settings right here: squeeze right, squeeze down, squeeze up. You can change the speed of it. So that's a nice transition right there. I personally think it's rather an ugly transition. I'm going to go back to the Edit tab. I'm going to right click on here, click Remove the Transition, and because I got rid of the audio, I'm going to get rid of this clip. Because now I want to do some transitions for audio real quick. So we're going to go to the Audio tab. Literally the same thing. To do a transition for the audio, you just right click over the middle of the 2 audio clips and click Add Crossfade. You can select the length that the crossfade will be. And here's your fade between the 2 clips. Of course, there's no video because I don't have any video right here. I kind of left it out. And one more thing I do want to show you with the transitions is at the end of the audio clips, you can see there's a little slider right here. See that? It is automatically there. You don't have to add it. You can grab this slider and you can create a transition on the way out. See that? So this slider will slide the audio in and out. It fades it in and out. And of course you can extend the length of this transition as well. Actually, let me go to the edit tab. Let me see if that does it here. So you can do the audio transitions the same way. You have to do it in the edit tab though. Now this audio transition is now longer. Now something else that I did want to mention is you can actually keyframe a transition. So I'm in the VFX tab. I have a long transition right here. Let's play it. See, it's a long, slow transition. Well, if I position the playhead over this transition, you're going to notice it opens up in the settings tab, and there's a dissolve right here. The keyframer is automatically enabled. That's this little clock. It's glowing. Here's your keyframes right here. If I take this slider and bring this all the way up, this is going to dissolve all the way out right now. And if I play the clip a little bit, then bring the slider over here, it'll automatically add another keyframe right here. I can play it again, bring the slider up to here, it'll add another keyframe. These are all keyframes, and every time you adjust this after moving the playhead, one is added automatically. I can bring this over here, add another keyframe, and then it dissolves out. Now if you play this, it's just going to go all over the place because I added a bunch of keyframes to the dissolve. See that? Goes in and out, and those are the keyframes that I added. And you can do this really with any dissolve. I can replace it with a push dissolve. Now there's no keyframes added to this yet, but if I play this, you'll see it pushes out. And if I go into my keyframe editor right here, I can bring this over here. A keyframe will be added. I can play it a little bit, some more, bring it back over here. Another keyframe's added, let it play, and it'll dissolve out. Now if I play this, you'll see the keyframes on the dissolve moving. See that? Goes in and out. That's because I keyframed the dissolve. Something that's very nice about LightWorks is you're able to keyframe all of these dissolves just like this. It's very easy to do. You know, that's really about all you need to know to do transitions in LightWorks. Is just that right there. Thank you for watching.